Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that all of you are having a fantastic week so far and that you are ready to learn. Right now, we are focusing in this live class on IELTS speaking, part 1 of the speaking section. A strong start to your speaking interview is very, very important. And part 1 is some kind of general topic that everybody should be familiar with, should be able to talk about. In this case, in today's example, we are looking at talking about tables and chairs. Kind of a, like, what? Topic, tables and chairs. But everybody has them. Everybody uses them. So guess what? IELTS speaking section might just ask you to talk about tables and chairs for part 1. Welcome Phuong. Hi Chayani. Hi Anton, Silviana. Nice to see our members in the class. Welcome Carolina, our chat moderator. And good to see many students. Hi Black Panther, Akira, Shaknaz, Sugat. Nice to see all of you in the class. Students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS, visit us there. We will use that website today to talk to students, to practice IELTS speaking, practice speaking interview questions. I will give students band score estimates and give you tips and strategies on what to do to improve your IELTS speaking band score. For general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. Both of those websites have tons of information to help you improve for your next test. This is our academic IELTS website here at aehelp.com. You can click this big red button that's just above my head here to join our premium IELTS package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, and you can use this discount code Learn9 from our most recent uploaded video on YouTube. Learn9, that will get you a 10% discount. And for those of you who are having difficulty with credit cards online, or you don't like to use your credit card directly on a website, you can also use Google Pay and PayPal for your purchase on our website. Again, it's a one-time payment. For general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. It's the green background. Same idea. You can click that big red button there. We are an IDP affiliate. We're a British Council partner. We're an IELTS test registration center. By the way, thank you, those of you who registered through our website for your at-home exam. And of course, we help thousands of students every day. You can see their stories right here. We love to hear our students' success stories, and you can read all about them. We've got actually a whole separate page where you can see all of these success stories on both websites, and there sure are lots and lots and lots of them. So check that out when you got a minute. Get some inspiration. Being inspired is good. Motivated. Students, apps, yes. We've just released our newest apps, so some of you might have to uninstall or reinstall the apps. The apps are Academic IELTS Help, General IELTS Help. And if you have questions, send me an email. My email is adrian@aehelp.com, or send an email to admin@aehelp.com. We're slowly entering the holiday season here in some Western countries, of course, Christmas and New Year's. So pay careful attention to the upcoming live class schedules. This week is still as usual. So we have class today, classes tomorrow, and on Saturday, the schedule is right here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get notifications of live IELTS classes. It's a good idea. Hit that bell button. Students, we've got a YouTube release for you. It's a good one. It's a deep analysis of a Band 9 performance. There's the link in the chat. You can check that out when you got a few minutes. Let's get into speaking part 1. Speaking part 1 takes about 5-6 minutes. It sets the foundation for your band score, okay? The IELTS examiner will, of course, do the full 12 to 15-minute interview with you, and that will be your band score at the end, so your total score, okay? But keep in mind that first impressions are very important, especially when you're speaking to a stranger, okay? So first impressions are very important. Part 1 sets the foundation for your IELTS band score. What does that mean? That means if you do well in part 1, even if you make mistakes in part 2 or part 3, you should get a pretty good score. Okay? But of course, the opposite is also true. If you do badly in part 1, it's an uphill battle. To get a good score at the end. Everybody knows what it means. Uphill battle, it's an idiom. Students, make sure to speak and repeat. So copy what I say, copy how I say it. Okay. If you learn new vocabulary, write it down. For some of you, it's probably new. For some of you, you may maybe know this idiom. It's your knowledge. So write down any new vocabulary. Make sure you repeat it. Don't just write it, but say it. Okay, it's an uphill battle. If I don't do well in part 1 of my IELTS speaking, it becomes an uphill battle. Anybody know what that idiom means? An uphill battle. Idioms are good, but you have to use them correctly. Okay, if you don't use it correctly, then it really sounds terrible and confusing. Okay. Bhupender is asking, can I use slangs like gonna, wanna? Yeah, I'll talk about that in a sec, Bhupender, and ask your question. Or answer your question, sorry. Okay. Black Panther, I had a cold. I'm just coming out of it, so my voice is actually a lot better than it was the past few days. So an uphill battle means a challenging situation that is in a disadvantage. So an uphill battle, of course, nobody wants to fight an uphill battle. It's a position of disadvantage, right? A position of disadvantage. Let's say that. Challenging situation that is a position of disadvantage. Okay. All right. Bhupinder asking, can we use gonna, wanna? This is a question by one of the students in the chat. I love seeing questions in the chat because if you have a question, probably lots of other students have a question too. So Bhupinder asked, can we use slang in speaking like gonna and wanna? And here's the interesting answer, Bhupinder. Okay. Yes, it is okay to use some slang, not lots, and contractions, but, and this is a big but, so let's make it a big but you should always use the formal form first. So say, this afternoon, I am going to meet my friends for a cup of tea. I'm having some tea right now. And to help my voice recover. So this afternoon, I'm going to meet my friends for some tea. Okay. So that is the clear and formal way. And then that shows the examiner that you are able to use formal language. Okay. Now, later in your conversation with the examiner, because it is a conversation, you might use a sentence like this. On the weekend, I'm gonna meet my cousin for a game of football. Okay? So that shows range, right? The examiner goes, oh, okay. This person can speak formally when needed, and they can also show informal, colloquial, natural language when needed as well. So they have the ability for both, and that way your band score goes up. But you want to show both because the examiner doesn't know. In fact, sometimes people have like internet language and video game language, right? So some people learn good, what I call internet social media language or English and video game English, but they are not able to use formal English. And of course, that's very important. Okay, so make sure to focus on both. Okay, all right. Yusuf, Kaya, I love it. That's awesome. Thumbs up. I'll show you what Yusuf just wrote into the chat here. So this is Yusuf. Yusuf says, Adrian, that's me. I got 7.5 overall. Thank you so much for everything. You're very welcome, Yusuf, for everything. Yusuf, that's awesome. Double thumbs up. 7.5 is fantastic. You're between a good and very good user of the English. You should be very proud. That's a challenging score to get overall. Yusuf, when you have a minute, send me an email. I love to get testimonials. That's why we get those, or how we get those on the website. So send me an email to either of these email addresses. I would love to hear your story. So thank you for that. Thank you for coming back and sharing. And I'm here to help everybody do the same, or potentially even better, right? So again, an important point here, answering Bhupender's question. You can use slang. Just make sure to use the formal language first, not the other way, not slang and then formal. Okay, that's a bit awkward. Use formal and then colloquial. Okay. All right. So IELTS speaking part 1, show fluency and complete and accurate language from the start, right? Remember that first impression, right? Very important. Okay. All right. So focus on that. Okay. Mansoor Ali says, you teach very well. My coaching center people are just looting money. Yeah, you have to be careful with IELTS. There are a lot of entities out there that are in it for the money. We're in it to help you. Money helps us stay afloat and grow, but we're in it to help you. Be careful. Always evaluate who's teaching what and why. Okay, so show fluency. Complete and accurate language. That means start with an answer. You need an explanation. And I'm going to give you a little bit more on here and then an example. Okay. So always think about it this way. Now, those of you who watch classes regularly, you really should remember this because I start with this all the time. Why? Because it's easy to forget. Okay. And stay in this order. Okay. And just to get you going, when you answer, think of popular answers. Okay. Like think of the environment, technology, think of education, okay, think of culture. So think of those popular ideas, all right? Don't overcomplicate. Don't try to be really fancy, really unique with your answers. Be original, but don't be super unique. With the explanation, always kind of think of using the word because, okay? And then whatever else you've got coming, okay? So this is my answer because I like to ride my bike to work because it helps me stay fit and decreases pollution. Just yesterday, I biked 5 kilometers to and from my house. Okay, so explanation, and then the example. And the example has to be smooth, okay? So when you give the example, make sure that it's smooth. Don't say for example. Just give a good example and include it, okay? So use the words like, or as, or just, okay? Or just begin, yesterday. This is what I did, okay? Make it smooth. That way the examiner will not interrupt you, okay? So an example question, the examiner, and again, repeat after me, students, okay? So the examiner might say, how do you get to work? Okay? And you'll answer something like this. I ride my e-bike to work because it is convenient and does not pollute the air. Yesterday, I got to work in just 10 minutes with my e-bike because I even avoided rush hour traffic in the bike lane. That's your band 9, okay? Answer. And especially if it's very smooth. It's original. It's not super unique. I think all of you know about e-bikes. They're becoming quite popular globally, right? Everybody knows about e-bikes. You've got e-bikes in Germany, in France, Italy, Vietnam, India. Everybody got e-bikes. E-bikes are electric bikes. Raquea says, I ride my e-bike because it's convenient and does not pollute. Does not pollute the air. Just last week I went to the market with my e-bike. Ewan says, yeah, I got one. Phuong says, yeah, e-bikes, sir, of course. They're super popular, right? Okay. Raquea says, this is very popular in Delhi. Yeah, of course. They're cheap, they're convenient, they don't pollute. Black Panther says, they look something like this, people. There's a couple people on e-bikes. Okay. All right. So that's how you answer, okay? Keep this in mind. This is the key. This is the trick. It seems simple, but it needs practice, especially when the questions are coming at you randomly. Okay, so think about the answer. All right. Very important. Think about the answer. Follow the answer with because, and then give an explanation. And then follow it with a smooth example often to give more clarity. Like, just as. Everybody got that? Need a big thumbs up on that, okay? Because that's what we're practicing today, all right? I'm drinking some tea, Harman, if you're wondering. Keep my voice going. It's tea. It's a fruit tea with lemon. All right. Oh, I got some big thumbs up there. Carolina, thank you. Raquea, quadruple thumbs up. Love Preet says, bang. Okay, good. Fantastic. All right, so let's do this. Let's practice a couple questions. So you go to your IELTS exam, you go 1 hour early, you get comfortable, you get confident, so you have a strong start. Then you go and you see your examiner via computer or face-to-face, and your examiner says, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. We are conducting this exam in Toronto. The exam center is YQ79, examiner number 73439, candidate number 997433324. I'm recording this for marking purposes. Let's begin. May I see your identification? Yes, gladly. Here is my passport that I used for registration. Please take a look. What is your full name? My first name is Peter, and my family name is Mackenzie. Please just call me Pete for short. Okay, Pete. The IELTS exam has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. For part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. How did you come to this exam? Oh, I got here on my e-bike. It was quick and convenient from door to door. It took me about 20 minutes. How will you go back home? The same way as I came, on my e-bike. However, I will likely need to pedal a bit more because I noticed that my battery was running out of juice when I locked up my bike. So far, band 9. Okay, so here, students, I'm warming you up. I'm getting you going. I know you're answering. Okay, Angel says my full name is Janatul Ferduas. Please call me Janet for short, which is my nickname. Good, Angel, that's good. Okay, Rena, reading a lot definitely does improve your speaking, especially when you're reading aloud. Rena in the chat is asking, someone told me that much reading can improve speaking. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so I'm looking at the chat here, everybody, just so you see what I'm doing. I'm also looking at what you're saying. Okay. Satnam says my full name is Satman Singh. Singh is my family name. Please call me Satnam. Good. All right. Alfred, I will restart the WebSocket here in a second for the chat, okay, once we get there. All right. Okay, good. Akira says, I came here by public transport. I took the bus. On my way here, I was able to do some practice, and it took me about 30 minutes to get here. Lovely answer, Akira. Nice full sentences. Okay, students, so here we go. Again, the examiner starts you off. Be confident. Don't be shy. It's an interview. It's not the end of the world. I promise you, the sun will shine tomorrow. Okay, keep that in mind. Just be yourself. Don't worry about the examiner. Don't worry what they look like. Don't worry about how old they are. Don't worry if they have a mustache or not. Okay, just focus on yourself. All right. So again, the examiner says, may I see your identification? Yes, gladly. Here's my passport that I used for registration. Please take a look. What is your full name? My first name is Peter and my family name is Mackenzie. Please just call me Pete. How did you come to this exam? Oh, I got here on my e-bike. It was quick and convenient. From door to door, it took me about 20 minutes. How will you go back home? The same way as I came, on my e-bike. However, I will likely need to pedal a bit more because I noticed that my battery was running out of juice when I locked up my bike. All right. Again, repeat. And students, if you've got good English and you're like, hey, Adrian, this is quite easy, I can do this, make sure you're repeating without reading. Okay, repeat without reading. All right, good. So let me just reset our chat server here, everyone, because we're going to be talking to each other. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you how you can talk to me. Okay. This is our website, aehelp.com. Maybe Carolina, if you can just put some of these instructions or URLs into the chat to help everybody get here a bit faster. So this is www.aehelp.com. Okay. And we're going to go to, thank you, Carolina. We're going to go to our My Student account. Now, if you don't have a My Student account, again, you can join the premium package by clicking this big red button right there. That's just above my head. It's worth it, especially if you're in these live classes all the time. And then you're going to be in the My Student account. All right. In your My Student account, you're going to see a lot of different options. Now, if you're in the general IELTS, so let me show you that real quick. That's our testimonials. If you're in the general IELTS, it's the same. So the chat is the same. For general IELTS students, make sure you're using gieltshelp.com. Okay, make sure you're clicking that big red button when you join. We've had to switch a few people over because they got into the academic and then they realized they needed general. So make sure you know which version of the exam you need. It's important, okay? All right, so when you get into your My Student account and then you see your computer-based practice exams, your online course, your exam books, and lots more, you will also see this big blue button here. It's the Student Partner Speaking. That's just right there above my head. Okay. Click on that. So when you click on that, you get a pop-up saying you are going to be polite, you're responsible for your words, and then you are going to get into your chat interface. Now, your chat interface is going to be, out of juice is an idiom, Mahisha. It means no more energy. Okay. So you're going to get into your chat interface. On my end, it's loading a bit slow, but that could be for lots of reasons. Okay, and then when you're in the chat interface, you're going to see lots of students in here. I see Phuong, Mohammed, I see our premium students as well, Alfred and Ira. And then you can volunteer. So you can send me a message. Your message, you can click on the blue envelope and write, I want to volunteer. Okay. And you can send that message to me by looking for my handle, which is Master. And then you click on the blue envelope by my name. Okay. I'm going to put on my headphones so I can hear you. Okay, and we'll start with one of our premium students today, Alfred. You're at the top there anyway. So let's see how you're doing. Alfred, are you ready? Hopefully Alfred is with us and ready.
Hello.
Hi, Alfred.
Hi, Adrian.
How are
How
you?
are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am getting much better. My voice is actually a lot better. I think some people are like, "Oh, he's got a cold," but I'm better than I was last week. Thanks, Alfred. Alfred, can you tell everybody where you're calling from and what your goal is with the IELTS exam?
Okay, so I'm from Indonesia, and then I take this online class for my IELTS preparation next year because I plan to go to Australia someday.
Australia, right? I remember
Yeah.
that. Okay. All right, Alfred. Well, let's show everybody how the speaking section starts. Are you ready for some questions?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, then welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. May I see your identification?
Yes, here you are. This is my passport that I use for registration. Please have a look.
What is your full name?
My first name is Alfred and my family name is Mezak, but please call me Alfred.
Okay, Alfred, the exam has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. For part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. How did you come to this exam?
I come by foot because it is not far from my place, and then it took me about 10 minutes to come here.
How will you go back home?
Sorry, I didn't get it. Could you please repeat?
How will you go back home?
Well, I will go back home by foot as well because it is not far, and then it's also more pleasure for me because I can come over to street food to buy some food.
Okay, Alfred. So, good. We'll stop there for a second. And I'll give you some feedback. Alfred, that's about a band 6.5, I would say. Okay. Basically, the way the examiner is thinking is like this. Okay, it's mostly fluent. Okay, sometimes you get a little bit kind of stuck. Mostly fluent. Mostly fluent. Good vocabulary. Okay, so your vocab's about 7. Okay, some awkward language and incorrect grammar, but not too confusing. So you're somewhere between what's called a fluent and a good user. Okay, now let me give you some specific feedback because you've practiced now for a while and you've had a chance a few times to volunteer, which is great. It's a great way to improve. So I asked you if I can see your identification, and you said, yes, here you are. This is my passport that I used for registration. Please have a look. That was a perfect sentence, okay? And that was really good. It was really good that you started perfect, okay? No mistakes. That was excellent. So excellent. Good job. That's what you want. You don't want mistakes with the first sentence. Just sounds really bad. Okay. And then I said, I asked your name. You gave me your name. And then I said, how did you come to this exam? And then you said,
Oh, I should be.
Just a second, Alfred. Let's not confuse everybody yet. Okay, we'll get there. You're thinking right. We'll get there. So you said, I come by foot because it is not far from my place. What's the mistake there?
Became. The come should became.
Okay, so can you explain like a teacher to everybody what the mistake is? So you're right, but explain what it is exactly.
Because came is for the past tense, and then because I have finished that activity, so it should be came.
Yeah, exactly. And especially with this verb, come and came, it's a very common verb. It's considered a very frequently used verb, right? So if you make a past tense mistake with something like come, came, or go, gone, it's very obvious, right? So the examiner will really clearly catch that because it's not a unique verb, it's not special, so it's very clear that that's a mistake. And that immediately is kind of like a punch. It's like, oh, that just hurt your mark, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be very, very careful. And if you catch yourself doing that, then you have to just say, oh, I mean, I came here, right? So you correct yourself. Now, at home, Alfred.
And then the it should not to put as because it's a verb.
Exactly. See, so Alfred, now what you're doing, you're correcting yourself, and that's brilliant. So when you're practicing at home, or you're practicing with a partner, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to record yourself, you want to write it down, make the corrections, so you kind of teach your brain to undo the mistakes, right? So then, not it's took me, and you don't even need the and then. You just need the it took me. So simplify it, right? Like that, right? So I came by foot because it is not far from my place. It took me 10 minutes. And then instead of repeating the come, use get to get here, right? And now you fix it all. So this is what I mean. Like, remember what I said? So the examiner is thinking, okay, mostly fluent, some awkward and incorrect language, but not too confusing. So when you gave me this answer, I wasn't confused. Like I understood you, I got you, but there were definitely 2 or 3 clear mistakes in one sentence. So I can't give you a 7. Do you see how that works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, like, for grammar and everything, I mean, like, I know that grammar, but when it comes to like speaking, I just just the word in my mind, and
Lots of feedback,
yeah.
lots of feedback, lots of self-correction, lots of feedback, and what somebody mentioned, reading. So good reading as well, because reading helps you to kind of focus on correct grammar too. So that's what you want to practice, okay, Alfred? But keep it up, because you will get there. Just make sure you get that feedback and correct, okay?
All right.
Okay, Alfred, we'll talk again soon. Bye for now. All right, I think we're losing Alfred there, but that was great. Okay, so Alfred, first volunteer, fantastic. Really good self-correction. Alfred, that is definitely a key step towards success, is being able to identify your own mistakes, okay? So students, identifying your own mistakes, very important, just like what Alfred was doing, and then making corrections, okay? Let's give Alfred a thumbs up, because that was super. And then let's jump to our next volunteer here. Let's jump up to Phuong. Phuong, always a very studious person. And then we'll take somebody new after, okay? I promise. I promise you this. Phuong, are you ready? Okay, let's see if Phuong is here with us. I'm sure she is. She's very studious. Phuong, if you're there, let me know. Give me a sign. Ready with a double Y. Absolutely awesome, Phuong. Okay, here we go. Hi, Phuong.
Hi, sir. How are you today?
I am doing quite well, thank you. How are you doing, Phuong?
I'm doing great.
Okay. How are your studies going?
Oh, I guess the excellent mark passed with flying color on my GPA is 0.4.
Oh, nice. Yes, I remember you said you had some exams coming up, and then I said, I hope those go well. So you got some good scores, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, congratulations. I'm really happy to hear that you got some great scores. I knew you would. You work hard. Okay, just a little bit about Phuong. Phuong is in Vietnam, and she's studying hard for university, right, Phuong?
Yes, sir.
And she did some government exams and did a great job. So good work, Phuong. All right, well, are you ready for some more questions?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. May I see your identification?
Yes, certainly. Here's my passport that I had used to register a couple weeks ago. Please have a look at my credentials.
Thank you. For part 1, I will ask you some questions on a general topic. Let's talk about tables and chairs. How many chairs do you have in your home?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, there are 4 chairs in my apartment now, 2 in the living room and other 2 in my bedroom as well in my friend's room too.
Where are the tables in your home?
As my friend and I are all students in university, We share one table together in the center of the apartment for eating, studying, and just studying purposes.
Okay, Phuong, I'm going to stop there for a second and give you some feedback. All right, so I would give you a band 6.5 to 7. The reason why is because you're fluent. You've got good vocabulary. You've got good grammar. Where you're losing a bit of marks is still a bit on the pronunciation. So pronunciation, for me anyway, Phuong, it's sometimes a little bit tough to catch. And mind you, we are using the internet. I can't see you. I can't see your mouth moving. I can't see your facial expressions. You can see me. So that will help you, okay? When the examiner can see you, especially if you're doing a face-to-face exam, that will help this part of the test. But because I can't see you and I don't have any other information, it's sometimes a bit tough to catch some of the words, okay? So pronunciation leads to incoherence, and sometimes your content is a bit fast and confusing. I'll show you what I mean, okay? Sometimes it's very clear, but you have to make sure you always do that, okay? So when I asked you this question, how many chairs do you have in your home? That was quite clear for me. Phuong, I want you to speak a little bit slower in your interview, okay? And focus more on your pronunciation, because even if you're speaking a little bit slower, you're still going to get a really good mark for fluency, okay? You speak quite smoothly and quite quickly, even for the native speaking speed. So you can decrease your speed a bit by like 10-15% easily, and you will still sound absolutely okay. All right. And then enunciate. So I said, how many chairs do you have in your home? And you said, well, if I'm not mistaken, there are 4 chairs in my apartment now. And then you gave me some specific details. You said there are 2 in the living room, 2 in the dining room, something like that. And that was really good. Okay, so good specific details. And then I said, where are the tables in your home? And then you answered quite fast. And at the start there, I had a little bit of difficulty catching exactly what you were saying. Did you say as my friend and I, or did you say as my roommate and I? I couldn't really catch the person you were referring to.
As my friend and I are all student in
Okay,
university, sir.
just
Yes.
a sec, Phuong. The beginning part again, I'm still not exactly clear what you're saying. Can you really enunciate that for me?
Uh, um,
As my
as my friend.
friend. You're saying friend, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
repeat this word after me. Friend.
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 Yeah, really work on that solid D sound, especially when it's at the end of the word. Friend. Friend. One more time.
Friend.
Okay. As my friend and I.
As my friend and I.
Okay, so one good trick, Phuong, and this is for everybody that finds, pronunciation challenging at times, and it's very common among Asian, especially East Asian second language speakers. When you see a conjunction, or when you're using a conjunction like and, okay, a really good trick to help your pronunciation be better and your coherence score be higher, Phuong, is slow down before your conjunction. So don't rush through the conjunction. Okay, are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like this, as my friend and I are both in university, we share one table in the center of the room because we don't have a lot of space in our apartment. So notice how I almost take like a little bit of a break, like almost like a comma break before the conjunction and because in my speaking. Okay, that helps the pronunciation because it makes it really clear for the listener that there's multiple sentence elements here, and they don't lose it because one word is mispronounced or difficult to catch. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
so
got it.
so try this with me again, Phuong. Okay, as my friend and I share one apartment, we have one table in the center of the living room Because it's a small space. Try it. Where are the tables in your home?
As my friend and I are sharing the apartment together, so we have a big table in the living room and we use it for studying and entertainment purposes.
Because
Because
there isn't a lot of space for a second table.
because there isn't a lot of space for the table.
For a second table.
For second table.
Okay, good. So practice those just short half-second, quarter-second pauses before the conjunctions, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Phuong, good job. Keep it up. I promise you that within a year you will sound much clearer. So you will get there, okay? Don't be discouraged by me constantly criticizing you, okay? It's positive criticism, all right?
Okay, sir. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye for now, Phuong.
Bye-bye, sir.
Okay, that was Phuong, one of our regular members, and practices quite often, and she's picking up a lot of advice, of course. Let's see if we have somebody new in here. I see that we have a lot of returning students as well, but let's see if Yuka, I think that might be a new name for us today. So let's see if Yuka is here. Let's encourage somebody that's trying this for the first time. Yuka, I want to make sure Yuka's volunteering. Yuka hasn't really volunteered here, so let's try Pranav. Maybe Pranav is new, I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, Yuka is volunteering. Okay, let me try Yuka here. Oh, yes, volunteering. Okay, Yuka, are you ready? All right, I'm going to cut back to Yuka here. Don't worry, I'll catch some other students. Ira, Nikolai, I see some premium students. I think Nikolai we haven't spoken to as a premium student. Okay, Yuka, let's try. Here we go. Hi, Yuka.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. Yuka, is this the first time we are connecting?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good for you for chiming in and volunteering. That's fantastic. Yuka, where are you right now in this big world of ours?
I'm currently in Mongolia, but I'm Korean.
You're Korean.
Ulaanbaatar.
Okay.
Yeah. My grandfather is Korean and my father is Korean.
Okay. And you're in Mongolia. What are you doing in Mongolia?
I'm finishing up my high school years and trying to study abroad.
Awesome. Okay, Yuka. Again, I guess that's why you're doing IELTS, right? Perfect. Okay, Yuka, well, let me help you with that a bit. Let's practice a little bit of speaking. Just do your best. No worries. Stay calm, confident. Be you. And I will give you some feedback. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's talk about tables and chairs. How many chairs do you have in your home?
Well, I have never really counted it, but I think I have some in my kitchen and some in my living room too.
Where are the tables in your home?
And tables are in the kitchen, like, yeah. I'm really anxious right now. I've never really been on live, so sorry if I'm like.
Which is your favorite chair and why?
Favorite chair? I don't really have a favorite chair. So, yeah, I can't really think of my favorite chair.
What do you use your table for?
I use it to eat food, obviously, and yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yuka, we'll stop there. I'll stop torturing.
okay.
I'll stop torturing you, okay?
Okay. Sorry, I'm stuttering. I'm really just so anxious
okay.
and nervous.
No, Yuka, you know what? And you're doing fantastic. I think you've got thumbs up and congratulations coming for you. Akira says, he's just too honest. Yuka, that's how, I mean, we build confidence by doing, right? Most of us tend not to be born with confidence. So we have to build confidence, and especially with speaking, and especially speaking another language. It's one of the most anxious types of situations because we're, as we say, we're out of our comfort zone, right? We're not speaking our own language. We're speaking to a stranger. We're speaking in front of other people. It's like going bungee jumping. Like it's hard. It's like skydiving. You got to really be brave. So Yuka, first of all, great job for being brave. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So obviously, your band score here would be like a 5.5 or a 6 because 6 is a fluent, but you're not being fluent because you're so nervous, right? So one reason that you really want to be confident in your real exam is so that you can be fluent. Okay. Fluency is absolutely necessary to get a good score on the test. If you're not fluent, they can't give you a band 6 because band 6 is where it starts as fluent user. So, great way to do it. Volunteer, speak to people, speak to me. Absolutely. Go to the exam early. So when you have your real exam, go 1 hour before. Talk to other people who are there, strangers. Okay. So when you see a stranger who's waiting for the test, say, "Hi, are you here for the IELTS speaking?" In English, not Mongolian, in English. Are you here for? And they'll probably say, "Yes, I am." And then you can say, "Do you want to practice some conversation? I have some questions, IELTS questions." And then one person for sure will be like, "Yeah, absolutely, let's do it. It's a good idea." I did that when I went to the IELTS exam incognito. I found somebody, they were really happy. They said, "Yeah, absolutely, let's do it." So that way you're more confident when you see the examiner. Okay. All right. Yuka, a couple more tips on what you can do. I asked you, how many chairs do you have in your home? And you said, well, I've never really counted it. The I've was really good. That was present perfect. Examiner catches every little detail. So I caught that you used present perfect there. Use the, instead of using the contraction I've, use the clear present perfect. So I have, okay. And then when you say I have, then after that you can contract. So the next time you use present perfect, you can use I've, okay? Naturally, most native speakers would omit the it. So they would say, well, I've never really counted. They wouldn't say it. I've never really counted, but I have some in my kitchen and some in my living room too. Use quantitative language, Yuka, and this is for everybody. Okay, numbers are your friend when it comes to communication. So I think there are 6 in the kitchen and 3 in the living room. So 9 total. Okay, that builds your fluency, it gives more accurate language, and you get a better band score. So can you repeat after me? Well, I have never really counted, but I have some in my kitchen and some in my living room too. I think there are 6 in the kitchen and 3 in the living room, so 9 total.
Okay. Well, I have never really counted it, but I have some in my kitchen and some in my living room too. I think there are 6 in the kitchen and 3 in the living room, so 9 total.
By the way, the good news, Yuka, I think when you practice and you build your confidence and you learn a few small tips and strategies by watching these classes or using the website, I think you can get band 8, 8.5 even, as long as you're using, because I can tell you have good English, but you have to show me, okay? So you have good English, but you have to show me, okay? All right, this kind of situation happens to people. Where are the tables in your home?
Social anxiety.
Yeah, and it's normal. So I said, where are the tables in your home? And you said, tables are in the kitchen. And yeah, you're not the first. You're not the first person, and I promise you're not the last person to do this. When people are anxious, when people are confused, they don't know what to say. They often just kind of freeze up, and then they stop by saying something like, and yeah, and I'm confused, or sorry, I'm really nervous. Avoid that situation. The way to avoid that, there's a really good trick to avoid that. Do you know what it is, Yuka?
No.
A good trick to avoid that is to immediately throw in a real example. So instead of the and yeah, what you want to do is just throw in a real example. So tables are in the kitchen. I just had breakfast at the kitchen table, or at the kitchen table this morning before the exam. So when anybody feels kind of really anxious or confused or suddenly like your mind has gone black and you're drawing a blank, throw in an example. So take yourself out of the situation, like literally take your brain and fly out of the chair in the exam room and into the past. Fly into the moment that you were at that table the last time, which was maybe that morning eating breakfast. And then you can finish with that. So you can say, tables are in the kitchen. I just had breakfast at the kitchen table this morning before the test. Okay, and then you finish, and then you're ready for the next question. So let's try this, Yuka. Where are the tables in your home?
Tables are in the kitchen, and I just had a breakfast at the kitchen table this morning before the exam, and there are actually like 4 tables in my kitchen, and each one of them is for my family members and my father.
Stop. Okay, so you don't want to go too crazy. But find the balance, right? Find the balance. No, and it's good, Yuka, because you're showing everybody what can happen when you go the other direction. So there are basically 2 situations that happen when people are anxious. One is they stop talking. The other is they keep talking. So that's the other situation, is they just keep talking and talking because they're really nervous. They don't know when to stop and what to stop. It's like a train that's out of control. So that's why you want to be calm and confident. So you find the balance, right? So tables are in the kitchen. I just had breakfast at the kitchen table this morning before the exam, and then just stop. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Yuka, keep practicing, keep volunteering, use the website. Okay. If you want, at some point, you can even book a full IELTS practice speaking exam with me with this yellow button on the website. It's in a few different places. Up to you. Okay. But definitely keep going, and you'll build your confidence. Okay. So you'll get much better at it. All right. Thanks for volunteering, Yuka.
Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye for now. Okay, that was Yuka. And Yuka did a fantastic job. So give Yuka a thumbs up. Now, my WebSocket's closed here, so I have to refresh the page. I think there's just so many of us using the system at the same time. So students, just refresh your page, and you're going to see everybody kind of rejoining. When you see that kind of red notification at the top, WebSocket's closed, it's probably because there's too many of us in the room, and we're looking to upgrade that. But yeah, there's lots and lots of us here. So okay, I see all of you kind of rejoining now with the refresh, which is fantastic. All right, and I hope all of you are learning lots. So that was great. Ahmed, let's go to one of our premium students here. You'll notice, by the way, premium students, pay attention to each other. So for those of you who have access to our premium course, you'll see the premium student badge. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you notice another premium student, it means they're probably on the website lots. So they might make a really good study partner for you. Okay, so when you see other premium students in the chat, say, hey, can we use this every Saturday at 2 p.m. Universal Time to practice 10 minutes or 20 minutes? Okay, so communicate to each other. This chat interface is not just for communicating with me, it's for communicating with everybody. That's why right now we have so many people in here kind of overloading the system. Okay, Ahmed, are you ready? All right. Ahmed says yes. Good, Ahmed. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, Ahmed.
Hi, Mr. Adrian.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm getting better and better. So I'm hoping by tomorrow my voice will be perfect again. Ahmed, is this the first time we're talking?
No, I talked to you before.
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on reading section.
Okay, all right. Ahmed, can you tell everybody where you're calling from?
Yes, I'm from Egypt.
From Egypt. And why are you doing the IELTS?
Well, I want to study master in the Netherlands.
Awesome. I've never been, but I hear it's a beautiful little country. So
Yeah.
that's great. All right, Ahmed, I will help you with this. I will ask you some questions and then give you a bit of feedback and some suggestions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, then let's talk about tables and chairs. Which is your favorite chair and why?
Well, my favorite chairs is on the living room because it's comfortable and I sit there a lot to watch TV and talk with my family. Just like yesterday, I sit in the living room with my family and we talk about jobs and what I will do.
What do you use your table for?
Well, I use my table for eating and studying, especially the one in the living room. I use it a lot. Just like yesterday, I use it to study a diploma which I just study in
Have you
the
ever
college.
broken a chair?
No, I don't remember if I broken any chair. Um, so yeah.
If you could buy any kind of chair, what would it be?
I think I will buy a comfortable chair, a medical chair. Um, I'm sorry,
All right, we'll stop there, Ahmed. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Like I said to Yuka, it's normal. It happens. Always lean on strategy. So anytime you get stuck, Ahmed, lean on strategy. So you have to think, okay, answer, explain, example, right? And you did a really good job of that for your first answer. Okay, so your first question that I asked you, it was, which is your favorite chair and why? Okay, now before I get into that, for your first answer, you're easily a band 7, maybe even a 7.5. For your later answers, it's a band 5, 5.5, because you're not being fluent. So you want to show the same level of answer for all of them as you did for this one. Okay, so here I said, which is your favorite chair and why? He said, my favorite chairs. Favorite 1, so take out the plural. Okay, no S. Okay, so my favorite chair is in the living room because it is comfortable. So here, Ahmed, you did a really good job to remember that you need to say because. At the start of the lesson, I said that, right? Answer and then because explanation. So if you get stuck, you want that because. Okay, because it is comfortable and I sit there a lot to watch TV and talk to my family. And then you said, just like yesterday, I sat there and talked to my family about jobs and what we will do. That was really good, really nice example. Okay, keep your examples short. Don't make them too long, otherwise the examiner will interrupt you. I did that after because it felt like your example was just going too long and I wasn't patient enough, so I interrupted you. Okay, so keep those examples a bit shorter. Okay, Ahmed?
Okay, sir.
All right. And then I asked you this question. Have you ever broken a chair? What's the grammar of that question, Ahmed?
Have you ever broken?
A chair. What kind of
It's
grammar is that?
a present symbol.
No, it's not present simple.
Past symbol.
No, this is present perfect,
Present perfect.
right? Because it's have you ever broken a chair, right? So this is for everybody. Be very careful with the grammar of questions. When you hear a question that's present perfect, you have to answer in present perfect. So you said, no, I don't remember. Instead, you want to answer like this. I haven't broken a chair in the past.
You have.
I'm quite a light person. I'm quite light. I only weigh 65 kilos, and the chairs in my home are well built. So something like that. Now, negative answers are usually more difficult. So sometimes, Ahmed, it's good to use your imagination and just give a positive answer. So say something like this. Yes, I have. I have broken a chair. Last year in my school, I sat on an old chair and it broke under my weight. Okay, so try this sentence after me, Ahmed. Yes, I have. I have broken a chair.
Yes, I have. I have broken a chair.
Last year in my school, I sat on an old chair and it broke under my weight.
Last year in my school, I sat on my chair and I broken on my way.
And it broke under my weight.
And it broke under my weight.
Okay, good.
Okay, sir.
So now this one here that I asked you, if you could buy any kind of chair, what would it be? And you said, I think I will buy a comfy chair or a comfortable chair, a medical chair. We don't say a medical chair. It's a little bit different. An ergonomic chair. Okay, just repeat this word after me. Ergonomic.
Ergonomic.
Ergonomic is an adjective that means it's designed for the human body. Okay, so designed to be healthy for the human body.
Yes.
You have ergonomic keyboard, ergonomic chair, ergonomic bed, ergonomic couch, so ergonomic bicycle. So designed to be healthy for the human body. Okay, it's ergonomic chair. All right.
Okay, sir.
All right, Ahmed. So when you get stuck, explanation, because. Okay. I think I will buy a comfortable chair, an ergonomic chair, because I spend many hours sitting in my chair studying.
Okay.
Try that sentence.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it? Because I don't watch you.
Yeah, see, okay. I think I will buy a comfortable chair, an ergonomic chair, because I spend many hours studying.
I think I will buy ergonomic chair, comfortable chair, because I spend too many hours.
Not too many, just many hours studying.
Many hours studying.
Okay?
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
Ahmed, keep up the good studies. Thank you for being a premium member. Make sure to use the course every day. Okay, Ahmed?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for your advice. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Keep up the good work. Bye, Ahmed.
Bye, sir. Bye.
Okay, and I hope everybody is in a good, comfortable chair. Bye, Ahmed. All right. So students, that's how you do it. All right? That's how you progress. Let's try Kenjaeva here. Kenjaeva has been very, very patient, so we'll give Kenjaeva a shot here. Kenjaeva, are you ready? I see that you're being patient, and I reward patience. So look at all those thumbs up coming up from Silviana and Raquea. Kenjaeva, if you're still there, Kenjaeva says, yes, sure. There we go. Hi, Kenjaeva.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Kenjaeva, you're in Uzbekistan, right?
Yeah.
All right. And can you remind me, have you registered for your IELTS exam?
No, not yet. I'm planning to do it on January.
Okay, good. All right. So coming up in the new year. Okay, Kenjaeva. Well, are you sitting in an ergonomic chair?
Yeah.
I thought so, because you've been very patient. It's hard to be patient when you're not in an ergonomic chair. So, okay. All right, Kenjaeva, I'm going to ask you some questions about tables and chairs. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. How many chairs do you have in your home?
Oh, well, we have 3 chairs on kitchen around the table and 1 executive chair near my computer desk.
Which is your favorite chair and why?
My favorite chair, it's definitely my executive chair, because it's really comfortable to work and sit there. And even if I will work there for many hours, I won't get tired. Just like yesterday, I was working on my presentation about 3 hours there, but I felt pretty good even after working such long hours there.
What do you use your table for?
Usually I use it at night and for working purposes like reading book or writing essays. Just like yesterday, when I wrote an essay, it come out really good due to my smooth and perfect desk.
Have you ever broken a chair?
Oh yeah, I have. And it happened about a month ago on my birthday. Actually, I was playing with my siblings, and when I picked up one of my siblings, other kids like start to jump on me, and I fell down and broke the chair. But fortunately, no one got hurt.
If you could buy any kind of chair, what would it be?
Well, if I had a chance, probably it would be a deck chair, because it's kind of interesting and like comfortable for me. So definitely my choice would be it.
That is the end of part 1. Now we will go on with part 2. Okay, good. Kenjaeva, great. All right, so your English definitely improves the more you speak. So certainly warm up and practice lots before your test, okay? You started a little bit lower band, and then your band got better and better as you progressed. Your speaking got better and better, got more and more accurate, more and more natural, more and more fluent. So that's very common for people. So always warm up before you go into your IELTS speaking, so you have a really good first impression. Okay, make sure that the first English sentence you say that day is not when the examiner starts asking you questions. Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
sure.
Okay, so quite good. You've been paying attention in the class. You reflected the grammar of questions. So you said, yes, I have. I've broken a chair. It was on your birthday. Good that nobody got hurt. By the way, was that a true story or did you make that up?
Yeah, I did make up because I have never broken a chair.
Okay, so you made it up. So you learned from the advice I gave to Ahmed. It was good. I bet nobody knew, or I bet a lot of people didn't know that you made that up. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe. It's a very common situation. Okay. Last question, if you could buy any kind of chair, and then good job reflecting the grammar. You said, if I had a chance. You said it would be a deck chair, right?
Yeah.
Do you mean like a sunbed where you can kind of relax on it and put your feet up?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Use a bit of description. So when the item or the object that you're talking about, or the place or the person, is not 100% clear, make sure you use a little bit more description to clarify what you're saying, okay? Paint a picture, all right? Because then your coherence mark will go up. So, well, if I had a chance, if I had the chance, it would be a deck chair, kind of like a sunbed, so that I could relax on my balcony and read a book, and suntan in the warmer months. Okay? Something like that. All right? So a little bit more visual description so that the examiner has clarity. Okay, can you try that? Well, if I had the chance, it would be a deck chair, kind of like a sunbed, so that I could relax on my balcony and read a book, put my feet up, and even suntan in the warmer months.
Well, if I had a chance, it would be a deck chair because it's not only comfortable, but also I could. Wait. Let me start.
I could keep going. I could put my feet up.
I could put my feet up and relax on my balcony and read some interesting books.
Okay, good. Yeah. So don't try not to restart if you haven't made a mistake. And this is again a tip for everybody. When you're practicing your speaking, if you're not making any grammatical or word choice mistakes, don't go back to the start. Try to finish what you're saying. So just stop yourself. Don't go back to the start. Think about how to continue and then continue. So train your brain to be able to continue the correct sentence. Okay, Kenjaeva?
Yeah, I just wanted to make it better, so that's why I wanted to start it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Only do that if you're actually making language mistakes like grammar or vocabulary mistakes. Then restart. Otherwise, just keep going. Okay, it's better practice. Believe me. Okay, so Kenjaeva, overall quite good. You would definitely get about a 7 to 7.5. Try not to start all of your answers with the well, So natural fillers and natural diction, like saying well or it's okay, but don't be too repetitive with those kinds of natural fillers. Okay, so use different ones for starting the sentence. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good job, Kenjaeva. Thank you for volunteering. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, sure. Thank you too.
Okay, bye for now. All right, let's give Kenjaeva a thumbs up. All right, Lola, Silviana, Raquea, I see all of you. Do not worry. I will be looking for you in the upcoming classes this week. I will make a mental note right now. And for some new students joining in as well, everybody, this is our website, aehelp.com. You can use the speaking features there, the student partner speaking, or book an interview with me there, speaking interview practice, along with all of the other great goodies in your course, the computer-based practice exam. Sign up for the premium IELTS package by going to our website, aehelp.com, and clicking on these big red buttons. It is a one-time payment for lifetime access. So I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, let me check what I've got for you. For live classes. Tomorrow I will have task 2 writing for members, and we've got listening part 3 and part 4 for subscribers. So subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, that way you get information on all of our materials and classes. Carolina, thank you for moderating the class, and I hope to see all of you tomorrow. Thank you to all my volunteers today as well. Again, aehelp.com will get you to academic IELTS help, and gieltshelp.com will get you to general IELTS help. I'm Adrian. I am signing out from the beautiful province of British Columbia here in Western Canada. I'm sitting here in my chair in the capital city of Victoria on Vancouver Island. I hope all of you have a great start to your weekend tomorrow. Or, well, maybe some of you are already in Friday now. Bye, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Much love to all of you, wherever you are in this world right now.